Ladies and gentlemen, Red Foxx.
Thank you. Thank you if you applauded. No, I'm not going to thank the ones that didn't applaud, because the least you could do is welcome me, because it's going to be tough entertaining you tonight. I just received a telegram from the War Department. My youngest brother was shot in the canal zone, and you know how that hurts. I just sent out a little feeler to see what type of crowd this was. I make party records for a living, and it's possible some of you could leave here not liking me, but always remember this: I didn't have to be here trying to entertain you. I could be somewhere in a dark alley with a lead pipe waiting on one of you suckers. So remember that. How you both? Congratulations, sir. Right. I could tell you had that look, y'all. I got some kids of my own somewhere. No, my first wife left me. Said, Fox, you don't stop coming home with lipstick all over your shirts. I'm gonna leave you. I told her like General MacArthur told his troops at Corregidor, bye. Yeah, I don't believe in arguing. That's it. I like to see folks laugh. Might as well have some fun, because World War III is next. If you don't believe me, count them. Yes, I was a hero. Who do you think they named the foxhole after, Hubert? You ever hear of a soldier laying in a Humphrey hole? It's a foxhole, isn't it? That's me, Fox. Red Fox. I don't fool around. Listen, I know that stuff. I told Patrice Lumumba in 1957. I said, Lumi, we were that close. I said, Lumi, get out that group, man. Join the Elks. People won't listen to you. I tried to help somebody else, but I don't remember who it was. I was young then, teenager. I've had these supernatural powers for years. Amelia Earhart, I told her, I said, baby, take the boot. I love television, but it's prejudice. And a lot of those shows, The Untouchables is the most prejudiced show in America. And you know good and well we must have had one Negro gangster somewhere. Look in the penitentiary if you don't believe me. What are they in there for? All you hear about is Frank Nitti, Alphonse Capone. What about Sam Johnson and Razor Willie? Two bad mother swingers. See me throw that swingers in there? That's class, that's class. I like to pause it. You having any fun, sir? Sure got a wonderful way of showing it. Forget about the group for tonight, you know what I mean? And just enjoy this, you know what I mean? I don't join up with no groups myself, because I got my own thinking going. I don't care what color you are. If you get to heaven and the Lord's a Puerto Rican, you're in trouble. Because you haven't been treating them good either. And Indians need a break. You just don't take a man's buffalo away and think he's gonna forget you. Buffalo was man's first love of the prairie. Then sheep took over. It eliminated tiptoeing. Oh, give me a home where the short buffalo roam. I want to plug my sponsors now. I like to plug Hazel Bishop. I like to plug Lady Esther. I like to plug Miss Clairol, Dorothy Gray, and Jacqueline Cochran. I'm not too particular about plugging Richard Hudnut. Yeah, that's a little behind in his orders. Thank you, sir. You're in service, right? I can tell that laugh. That's a service laugh. Listen, World War II, I was shot in the face. You'd laugh at a war wound? Didn't heal too good, did it? Sniper threw a hand grenade, tore my other face away, and a team of doctors grafted skin, grafted more skin, made me a new face. I don't know where they got the meat from, but every time I get tired, my jaws want to sit down. See you laughing behind your hand, sir. It's all right. Don't be sneaky like that, man. Listen. But listen, in 1871, I was laying there trying to get some FM on the stereo. Sound dirty don't mean nothing. By the way, FM was stolen from us, and they switched the initials. But if you figured it out, you might as well enjoy it. We're gonna sing something now, like sing along with Mitch. I'm not Mitch, but my father's name was Mitch, so you're singing along with the son of Mitch. On the downbeat, we'll all sing, row, row, row your boat gently downstream. Merrily, 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 life's but a dream. Please make it nice and soft and easy and blending, so if Ed Sullivan walked in, we might get on the show Sunday. Just the girls. Men.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but...
You others. I don't fool around, buddy. War veteran, I told you I was a hero. Never forget when I captured all that stuff by myself. No, I mean, were you overseas too, sir? Sure like the fellows fought side by side with me. 3 days we fought, hand-to-hand combat, karate, judo, rifle butts, tanks, flamethrowers, bazooka guns, 200 to 1. Toughest Japanese soldier we ever ran into. Ooh, that was a mean little sucker, wasn't no taller than that. And if there's anything I hate, it's a goddamn midget. I understand hate, you must hate something. I see a midget, I get, oh, you. So you get mad with a midget, you can't even cut him, you got to stab him in the top of the head. Why'd you do that to me? And don't ever fight a midget unless you've done some midget fighting previously. Because if a midget bites you, you're in trouble. I mean, you're in serious trouble, because they ain't but this tall. Like most entertainers, when they come out, they dedicate their show to all the beautiful girls in the audience. You've heard that in most clubs you go in. Guy come out to sing, so I like to dedicate the show to all the beautiful girls. Well, that's wrong to leave out the ugly girls. It is. I dedicate my show to ugly people everywhere. That way I have more friends. Because there's more ugly people in. You can sit on the bus now. What day is this? Wednesday. Now, Thursday mornings, get on the bus somewhere, if you don't ride but 2 blocks. Get on the bus, it's worth the price. How much is it, a quarter? Pay a quarter for this. Sit on the bus and look across the aisle. When you sit down, don't look first, just sit down first and look across the aisle. Now, somebody ugly will be sitting across the aisle from you. Every single time. I don't know who sits next to the good-looking people, but I've never seen any on the bus. You'll look across the aisle and bust out laughing. No kidding. Now, if you look across the aisle and someone is already laughing, what can I tell you? There's a guy walked into his agent's office one time, and he tried looking for work. You know, he wanted a job. He thought he had a good acting show. The agent said, well, what you do? He had a big sledgehammer in his hand and a black bag. And he opened his black bag and took out a walnut and put it on top of his head and hit it with his sledgehammer. Crunch! The agent said, that's a short act, isn't it? He said, what you got in that black bag? Fella said, aspirin. It's cold. That's very good. Well, back to the gutter. Never slow me up, I know better. Say, you got a nice tan, you know that? No kidding, hell, if we ever took over, you could pass. I met a guy in the doorway tonight. As soon as I came into the session, he said, Foxx, you know, my father passed. I said, well, I didn't know he was that light. I'm standing up here fat now because of racial prejudice. I went out to Hollywood to get a part in the African picture, and they turned me down and said I was too light. So I put on 15 pounds. I'll be ready for them next time. They were making a picture about pygmies. You know what pygmies are? Those are compact spooks. I hope none of my folks get offended when I say spook, because I'd rather be called a spook than the big N. Somebody put an N on their lip, my knife open up by itself. Can't even talk about Niagara Falls around me in Nigeria, and that river with the one G. I do not want. Another question. Another toast. What's a bar stool? A bar stool is what Davy Crockett used to step in. Here's a little poem. A little short sort of poem. A girl's legs are her best friends, but even the best of friends must part. I know about poverty. In fact, depression makes poverty look like a picnic. Shucks, we were poor in St. Louis in 1930. I wore one pair of tennis shoes 5 years. Same pair, I wore them out up to the name on the ankle. I was the only kid in the 7th grade that wore canvas spats. I'll never forget it, Christmas of 1931, our landlady got put out. Our furniture was on the street. My dad went in the alley and shot the rifle and told all the kids Santa Claus just committed suicide. We hung up our socks for Christmas. No kidding, we hung our socks up for Christmas. The health department made us take them down. I could mention some other things, but shucks, I just hate to cry. My grandmother was standing by the stove feeding the cook one Easter in case anything came. And my grandfather was in the backyard trying to catch a gopher with his crutch. And my grandmother, she called him and said, "Arthur, the garbage man's here." He said, "Well, tell him to leave 3 cans." Men don't love like they used to years ago. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Men really don't. They're not considerate. My grandfather wouldn't think of watching my grandmother get up and make a fire in the coal stove in that frosty, freezing winter time. So he slept with his face to the wall. Saying I want to mention animals. I haven't mentioned animals tonight. Dogs, for instance. A lot of people don't like dogs. Some of you here might not like dogs. Some fellas have been wanting a dog since they were little boys, and their wife don't have one now. I told my wife, she didn't want me to have a dog. And I told her right to her face. I said, "Listen, Herbert, if you ever..." See? There you go, meddling. I like dogs. I've heard people say, "Get that old dumb dog out of my way." I say, "Fool, how can a dog be dumb when they can understand English and you can't speak dog?" It's hard to speak dog. I've tried. And that growl hurts your throat. I saved my record money and bought me 22 acres, and I don't raise nothing but Doberman pinschers and German shepherds. 2,700 of them. Loose. So if you want to bring prejudice to my place, come on. My dogs don't know but 2 words. Eat 'em! I want to mention childless couples tonight because I know there must be some of you here married 5, 6, 7 years and don't have any children. And that's a miserable life going through with no kids in the house, no strawberry fingerprints on the TV, no peanut butter down the side of the couch, walls scarred up, light sockets torn out. Childless couples miss that. All they do all day is just lay on the beach drunk. Somewhere on a yacht, taking it easy. Childless couples don't know the thrill of watching their little boy grow from a little acorn into a complete nut. To watch him 5 years old run in the house. See your kid 5 years old run in the house with $150 worth of braces on his teeth, broken and bent on a 5-cent piece of peanut brittle. Childless couples. No, really, this is true. You must be miserable, you childless couples, wherever you are. You don't know what it means to do without so the child can have. Mothers and fathers know that. Childless couples don't know what it means to watch their little daughter, 9 years old, weighing 138, in ballet class, making an ass out of herself. Stumbling all over everybody else. Heels run over so far, you stand up straight and fall over backwards. Childless couples, wherever you are, friends, I love you. Childless couples don't know what it means to watch their daughter walk down the aisle, 21 years old, voluptuous, could win any beauty prize, and see her standing there in front of the altar with a junkie. This is Intrigue. There's a lot of cases. I read about them in the different places. This guy came home and he said, there's been a man here. She said, darling, you must be wrong. You've been gone 6 weeks and I haven't even thought about another man. There's no man here. He said, don't tell me. He looked all over his crib, under the bed, out the window. He looked everywhere. Under the couch, over it, beside it. He looked in the closet, couldn't find nothing. He was satisfied. There wasn't nobody there, so he went in the bathroom, turned on the water, and getting his stuff ready to shave. And he looked up in the mirror, get his beard together, and he noticed the bathroom curtains were closed in the tub, in the shower. He said, that's unusual. So he went over there and snatched the curtains open. There's a cat standing in there. He said, hey, man, what the hell you doing? I ain't finished voting yet.